consumer protection activists have for longer than a decade pushed and even drafted a consumer protection law that has never seen the light of day. Yet a lifeline for such a law came in the Regional Integration Implementation Project based on the ESC and COMESA frameworks. But the passing of this law and the competition law will have to wade through government bureaucracy first.
We started with the policy which we drafted and it was passed by cabinet. We moved on and came up with a bill. First, before the bill, we had to come up with principles which we took to cabinet and they were also adopted. Now these principles are for having a competition bill, competition law in Uganda, and also having a consumer protection law in Uganda. We've reached almost the final stages with this bill. It's now before the first parliamentary council.
There is more that this project, which has now concluded, did to enable exports and wider private sector opportunity.
Most of the time, as government, we negotiate, we come up with preferential schemes, an environment that should be conducive for the private sector to be able to export.
But the private sector may not know of these opportunities, yet other countries' private sectors actively export here. A case in point in which Uganda is missing is the airspace liberalization.
You have, at the moment, when the airline, say Kenya Airways, comes from Kenya to Uganda, they can only go back if they pick passengers from Uganda. They can only go back to Kenya. First take the passengers to Kenya. They cannot take from Uganda to South Sudan or to let's say Switzerland. Now it was agreed that countries negotiate with each other and see how they can liberalize some of that.
And Uganda opened up for Rwanda and Ethiopian Airlines, but with Uganda inversely not having any benefits because it has no airline. Samuel Setumba, NTV Business.